Calvert, you recognize?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Committee. My name is Paul Calvert. A while after Act 746 passed, I put a billboard sign letting people know that they were now allowed to carry without a permit because the law had changed. After seeing my sign, I understand that citizens were regularly being given false information by various government officials when they called to get clarification. So I spent my own money to spread the truth about the current law, and government officials were allegedly turning around and spending my tax dollars to give out untruthful information to citizens who are asking about the law. There are people who have actually been arrested and had their guns illegally confiscated due to this confusion. In my case, I've had some myself. Former Police Chief A.J. Gary and City Attorney Mike Murphy, this is from Conway, who is now an appeals court judge, worked together with the mayor to have counsel to keep me and others from openly carrying while passing out flyers at the Toad Step Days Festival there in Conway, in spite of the fact that the prosecutor, Cody Highland, was on a TV report declaring they had no legal authority to keep us out since the festival was not solely on a city park, where the state law, 573-122, still prohibits carrying loaded firearms. Police Chief A.J. Gary had the corrupt gall to tell me that I might be arrested if I went ahead and openly carried at the festival. Coming from the police chief, I think most reasonable people would feel like that was a threat. In fact, this treacherous intimidation by the city officials did scare me out of carrying out my plan to organize maybe a dozen or so people to openly carry at the festival and pass out flyers letting people know that the law had changed. I bet we could have made contact with at least 50,000 people in that effort to spread the word. But we were intimidated out of it by the city officials who were never prosecuted for these violations of federal law. And it is a violation of federal law to intimidate people out of exercising their rights. Title 18, Sections 241 and 242 of the Federal Code. I think this resolution should help to encourage some local jurisdictions to stop violating the rights of innocent people. In the previous hearing, it was brought up that maybe we should wait for the Supreme Court to make a decision. I don't think we should wait. If the Supreme Court overturns a recent Taft decision by ruling against our right to keep and bear arms, I think a different resolution would be highly appropriate for the legislature to take up. That resolution would be an impeachment resolution for each of the justices who support such treachery. That would clearly qualify as an act of gross misconduct in office. More recently, just a few miles from my home, there was a young man who had his firearm confiscated by Greenbrier police, and they kept his firearm without legal justification for, I believe it was about 2 or 3 months. Greenbrier Police Chief and the officer on duty, Lucas Emberton, were pretty clearly confused about the law, and they violated the rights of this young man by keeping his weapon without legal justification. Lucas Emberton was also verbally abusive to the young man, who was quite respectful. Neither the chief nor the officer were prosecuted for their violation of this man's rights. Thank you for your time.
Do we have any questions of Mr. Calvert? Mr. Representative, would like to recognize.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Calvert, do you agree that this is a non-binding resolution?
I agree. You're absolutely correct.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Thank you, Mr. Calvert. Members, we have 3 other individuals who have signed up to speak for, and then we have Mr. Tate, who has signed up to speak against. Representative Smith has asked that everybody be heard first. So with the committee's permission, we will hear the next 3 individuals who have spoken for, and then we will have Mr. Tate, because you, as I understand your request, was let people who have not spoken speak first. And so that takes us a little out of order. But is I have any objection from the committee that we handle it this way? They still have 3 minutes. All right, with that, our next individual who has signed up to speak is Skip Kelly. Skip Kelly. Mr. Kelly is waiving his time. The next individual will be Richard Bernard. Mr. Bernard, come to the end of the table, please, and identify yourself, and then your 3 minutes will begin.